What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Blades with Bill. Today we're going to be doing a full review of the Schrade Tenacity. Before we get into it, if you've watched this much of the video or any channel's video, give them a thumbs up, help them out. It's free to you, and it just helps us move up in the YouTube algorithm, which helps us get more views and more subscribers. So please, thumbs up, subscribe, share, comment. But let's go up close, go over some of the specs, do a size comparison, and then we'll come back up here and I'll give you all my thoughts on it. We have aluminum handle scales on steel liners, lanyard hole, deep carry pocket clip. It is not recessed, and it is not, the screws are not flat. It is a flipper. We have a 2.5 inch reverse Tonto AUS-10 blade that is hollow ground. And it is running on bearings. It weighs just over 3.5 ounces. The handle thickness is just barely over 1/2 inch. Thickest part of the blade is just over 1/10 of an inch. And then behind the edge, we're looking at just over 19 thousandths. So it is not the most slicey blade. Let's do a little size comparison real quick. We have the Kaiser Mini Sheepdog. And the Kaiser Original. So the Sheepdog is only barely bigger in length. It's higher, or it's taller this way. And the original is definitely a longer blade handle, although thickness is about the same this way. The Schrade Divergent. And the CJRB Pyrite. Both are longer. This is definitely a smaller, like 5th pocket knife. The Civivi Elementum. And the Civivi Baby Banter. So it's basically right in the middle of the two, although the handles are about the same on the Schrade and the Baby Banter. Just a little bit more handle out of the Schrade. Let's go back up top and I'll give you all my thoughts on it. Alright, so give you all my thoughts on the Schrade Tenacity. One of the first things I checked, because after I did the unboxing for this Schrade Divergent, I realized the blade was off center, and like I said in that video, the review video for this, I did try and fix it, and it's better than it was, but it's still not perfect. It's not touching, but it's still off a little. So one of the first things I checked on this when it came, and it's definitely better than the Divergent. So I don't know if it's just one of those Schrade's first attempt at, or first couple attempts at, because they do have a couple other crossbar lock knives. So maybe it's off just a little bit. But this has been a solid little knife. It's a little thick behind the edge. It's not the sliciest of knives, but it is a knife that you can easily get out to the tip to do utility cuts and finer cutting with the tip of the knife. The jimping here on the spine, if you're doing any kind of push cuts, your finger's not going anywhere. It's not enough that it feels like it's going to cut you in any way. It's just enough that your finger's not going anywhere. There is a little bit of jimping back here on the back of the handle. For me, I don't really notice it because the knife is so small in my hand that the way I end up grabbing it, like I don't even notice that it's there. So it doesn't bother me. I don't really feel it. And like I said in the up close, this is what I would consider like a fifth pocket knife. Kind of like the Civivi Baby Banter. It's just a little too small for me to want to consider my only knife for the day if I was only going to have one knife for the day. I have said in the video that the ProTech SBR, is a knife that I could actually carry and use as my only knife for a day. I have. It's not really that much bigger. In all reality, blade-wise. But you do get more handle. So it ends up feeling more secure in my hand. So it's definitely one of those that it's easier for me to want to use as my only knife for the day. Kind of like this, the Rosecraft Blades Pocket Monster. The actual cutting edge on this knife is rather small, but I could still use this as my primary knife for a day because it's going to do what I need it to do, and it's big enough that it actually feels secure in my hand. It doesn't feel like it's going to go anywhere. I don't feel like it's super dainty. Not that this feels dainty by any means. It's just too short. I like being able to have something for my pinky to grab a hold of. That's why I put lanyards on extremely short knives. I did shoot a video of me using this to cut some cardboard and some wood. Sadly, I accidentally deleted it off my phone, so I don't have that to add back in, and didn't realize it until now, and I don't have time at the moment to go reshoot that video to add in a video of that. But in using this to do hard push cuts, I didn't really notice any real major hot spots. It did what it was supposed to do. I would have liked to have had a little more handle for doing like harder push cuts on wood, but at the same time, I was doing it to see if I could find any hot spots on this knife. I really can't complain about much. I do wish that the pocket clip was recessed and that the screws were a little flatter, so it would go in and out of the pocket a little easier. It's not bad, but it'd be a little nicer to if at least the screws were a little bit flatter. But in all reality, I can't complain that much. This was a knife that was right around 20 bucks on Amazon, and it is far better quality than Schrade's of the past. I know, I don't know when, I know it was a while back in my life. I bought a like gift pack of Schrades that had, I think there was 4 Schrade folding knives, and the entire thing together was like $20. And of those 4 knives, one was kind of useful, and it was only kind of useful as long as I sharpened it every day because it was crap steel. The quality of the knife wasn't that great. So based on that, in comparison to this, Schrade is definitely improving their quality. So if you haven't checked out Schrade in a while, give them a shot. They might surprise you. Like I said, I personally feel like they're more focused on being a better knife company, trying to give us a better quality product. So, and if you're like some people who are, well, I won't buy it if it's not made in America, they do have their new Alpha line is made in the US. So this is made in China. The Delta and the Beta lines, from what I understand, are both made in China. The Alpha line is made here in the US. Again, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. You can follow me on Instagram at Blades with Bill. I'm on Facebook as Blades with Bill, and I have my own Facebook page, which is Blades with Bill. Feel free to follow me on my socials. Have a great day. Stay safe. Peace.